Right, okay, now then. I walked into Chester today, the 14th of July 2017. I'm just wondering about that date, 14th. I suppose they may have picked that up to be set as a memorable day, like 9/11. You know, there's a ring to it. 7/7. There's a ring to it. Okay. Now this is in Chester. As I say, went into Chester this morning to do some work, and I found the roads blocked off. Not blocked off, but, well, blocked off as well. Okay, with fellas. This was about half 9. I asked what was going on. He said, oh, there's going to be a memorial service to a dead officer who was killed at the Manchester Arena. Okay. So, they went on to say that it was going to be held at 1:30. Now this, remember, was about 9:30. They blocked the road off. Now this particular road here, that was blocked off, alright, is normally blocked off by a barrier. And so why was it just blocked off then to the general public? Why didn't they just use the barrier that was there? The man in his little box and his barrier. Because you see, they wanted to paint the scene as much as possible to attract attention to people that something's going on here, so the curious would go, what is it? Like me, curious, tell me what's going on here. So then they inform me what's going on, and that is going to be at 1:30. So persons that have been informed, like myself, come back at 1:30 or thereabouts earlier, and to witness what is being played out. And so it is, I comes back and this is being played out. Load of bent coppers going down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 officers instead of march past. That's all they can we can afford as taxpayers for this hoax. Right. Now they've opened the road to this memorial service of a woman police officer who, so the story goes, was killed in the Manchester Arena bombing. And yet to date we've seen no blast damage. No blast damage in 4 areas of that complex. So this is basically a hoax. Tying up the last ends of a hoax that we, the British taxpayer, are paying for, like the rest of them. This chap here is ready with his shovel to shovel up the muck that this is. And at 1:30 the so-called memorial service should commence. As a point of order, the officer didn't die on duty, so some would argue that there is no filing past, therefore as serving officers. Okay then. Can you tell me something else then, if that's the case? Why isn't it then that this is not a private service, a private burial in a normal everyday church? And why is it being held in Chester Cathedral? It's a wonder it wasn't being held in Liverpool Cathedral. Heighten the thing up even more. So where's the private burial? The strange thing about it, that in all the the time that we observed this, there was no parents that we saw. Mothers with veils on and all the rest of it in attendance. There was an awful lot of people, we noticed when they opened these picking doors here, that were already there. Maybe they came through the back entrance, but they certainly didn't come from this pigging area. Okay? And no wonder the public weren't allowed into a public building. Oh no, the public were not allowed in here. I wonder why. What would they have seen? Eh? Because let's face it, it's just a memorial service. Nothing more, is it? For somebody who didn't exist, and let's face it, there are officers who know darn well that this officer never existed. The police are a community. They'd want to know who the officer was. And as soon as they got blocked here and there, suspicions would be raised. People would want to know who this woman was. Okay. Now we'll leave it at that and see what else happens. Oops, it is. So there you go. We'll come to another part in a moment that is not for the faint of heart.